Hey guys, it's Alex here with Paragon Performance. Today we're going to be showing you how to install the Paragon grill guards for your C8 Z06. These are going to help protect those AC condensers and this extra radiator that the Z06 has behind me. You do have to remove the bumper. It's a fairly simple process, but we'll walk you through it. Let's get to this install. All right, so we're going to start here by opening our frunk. Now we need to remove all of this plastic trim here in our frunk. That'll give us access to the bolts here along the top of the bumper that we'll take out a little bit later. So let's get those pulled out. These just have some clips down the side and they just pull out away from the fender. Remove our battery cover. And then we're going to remove this piece along the front here. This is a little more tricky because it does tuck under the fender and we got to get it up past the seal over here. So just kind of twist it up and out and then just pull it carefully out from underneath the fender. Then you can just walk along and pop these clips out. And then up and out of there. Now we're going to prep here so when we pull this bumper off, we're not going to damage any paint. Obviously this car is wrapped, but we're still going to tape it off to protect it anyway. We're going to want to tape off this area here just because you're going to have your hands here pulling on the bumper and stuff, so we don't want to scratch anything there. And then we're going to want to try to tuck some tape in this seam all the way around the bottom of the headlight here, just to prevent the headlight colliding when we take the bumper on and off and possibly damaging the wrap or paint. And then we want to tape down this side as well because we're going to be touching over here when we pull the bumper off. All right, so something like that. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. All right, so let's get our vehicle raised and supported. All right, so we're underneath the car here. We have 4 panels that we need to actually remove. We need to remove these 2 outer panels, this front panel, and this mid panel here. All of your screws here in this midsection are a 7mm screw, and then all of your side panel and perimeter screws are all a T15. Let's get them off. And then to get this front panel off, you have some hidden 7mm screws in these holes. All right, so we've got all the panels off here. There is a square tube here on both sides that is a support for the front lip that we need to undo. There are 4 bolts on either side, and then we can kind of just turn this square tube and take it out. We're gonna leave the metal support attached to the bumper. 2 7s here on the front, 2 7s here on the back. And you'll do the same thing with the bracket on the other side. And we just gotta rotate it here a little bit, or slide it and rotate it out. All right, so next we are gonna remove the wheel. That's so we can access the fender liner, because we do need to remove that. You will need to do this on both sides, just so it gives us some access to get the bolts and stuff out here to remove the bumper. Let's get to it. All right, so we're gonna get this fender liner removed. We're gonna start by removing these 3 7mm screws from the bottom here on the back. Then you have a handful of T15s and plastic push clips here holding the fender liner in. We also need to make sure we remove this mud flap because there is 2 T15s behind it. It just snaps into place, so you can just pull it off. May need to use a little pry tool, but let's get the fender liner out. All right, so we need to start here by paying attention to these bolts to remove the bumper from the fender. This outboard one closest to the fender here, we need to actually take completely out. However, the two inside ones here, we just need to loosen them. And then we will need to undo this electrical connector here. On the left side, you will have two of them if you have the front cameras on your car. On the right side, you will just have one connector. And then we will need to remove the connector bracket from this aluminum bracket. It's just pushed in with a Christmas tree. So. Okay, repeat that same process for the other side. All right, so we're down to one of the final steps here before we actually take this bumper off. We need to remove these 6 T15 screws across the ledge here of the bumper. There are 2 of them here kind of in these points towards the inside that we need to leave in place. Those are your bumper alignment stuff. You do not want to take those out, only these 6. All right, so now we need to pull the bumper here out of the little clip that's in here. Just kind of stick your fingers in underneath here and then pull up firmly. They can be pretty tough, so you may have to pull pretty hard. Just so it's free like so. And then we need to do the same on the other side. And then you want to double check where your bumper meets your fender over here, that it is free as well. All right, so it's time to get this bumper pulled off here. Use of a friend is always helpful to help take this bumper off so we don't bang it around too much. Just one person on either side, just kind of pull it out. And sometimes you just wiggle it off of there. Like so. All right, so we've got our bumper off here. We're gonna walk you through the process of sorting through all the brackets and grills and where they go at here in the bumper. We're gonna do them one at a time. We will start here on the left side, which will be actually your driver's side grill. And we will walk you through the process, what brackets you need to grab for that and how to install that grill. The right side will be the exact same process, so you'll just kind of copy that over to there. The biggest difference that we're gonna have is in the grill itself. The passenger side or right side is gonna have this notch in it. The driver's side one will not. So from there, let's go through our brackets here and we'll show you which ones we need to grab here to do this left side and walk you through the process of getting that installed. All right, so we have the left side grill here. Notice it has no notch over here. And then we have the brackets here for the left side or driver's side marked LU and LL. Those are the only brackets that we're gonna need for the left side. All right, so left side here, we've grabbed that grill that does not have the notch cut out here. This is the general idea on how this is going to fit on here. A couple notches here at the top fit around these bumper tabs. I'm gonna grab bracket marked LU, which is gonna be your left side upper. This has a little notch here in the end that's actually gonna sit against a stop inside of here. So it will set in place about like so. These other notches here will also line up with the notches in the grill. Grabbing bracket marked LL, we have some little tabs here that set into some slots at the bottom here, as well as the same idea with the notches that will line up with the openings in the bottom of the grill here. And it will set into place. It will sit there about like so. Now we do need to take some isopropyl alcohol. You will want to wipe the mating surface of the bracket and the grill. Prep those to apply some double-sided tape. A little bit of adhesion promoter doesn't hurt anything either to wipe those down. Just make sure that double-sided tape is going to stick in place for us. Let's get those stuck down. All right, so we've got these brackets stuck down here in place. We're gonna grab 4 of the U-nuts and 4 of the screws that were supplied with the kit. The U-nuts are gonna actually slide onto these tabs here. And then we'll set the grill over the top and then we'll install these Allen-headed screws from the backside in. These use a 3mm Allen wrench. On the U-nut, you will want to keep the orientation correct, meaning that this protruded portion needs to actually face away from you or towards the front of the car when you clip these in place. Set our grill in there and start putting the screws in. All right, so we've got the left side or driver's side installed here. You're gonna repeat that exact same process, just basically mirrored for the passenger side or right side. All right, so now we're gathering the parts for the right side or passenger side. That's going to be the grill with the notch in it and the two brackets labeled RU and RL. All right, so we've got our center grill here. Obviously what brackets you have left all go to the center grill, but they all each have their own individual homes. We have CLU, which is center left upper, which would be this top tab here on the grill. Then we have center left middle, or CLM, which would be your middle tab here on the left side. And we have CLL, which is center left lower. And we're gonna have the same thing for the other side. It'd just be center right upper, center right middle, center right lower. Let's get this installed. All right, so we're gonna do this center one here. We're gonna grab our center grill. It is bent here in the middle, so it does match the profile of the backside of the grill here. So you have that for reference. Let's set this kind of off to the side here. All right, so I'm gonna show you where all the brackets go and what labeling goes in each designation. And then as I actually stick them down, I will call out the letters as well. We are just dry fitting these for now, so you understand the orientation of where they go. Then we will prep all the areas with some alcohol and some adhesion promoter, and then get double-sided tape on and get these brackets installed. So we are gonna grab bracket CRU. Again, center, right, upper. It's gonna go in this location here, right at the top of the grill here. And it basically lines up flush with the back of the grill. And then the ends of this bracket are gonna be right where these corners are of the actual OEM grill itself. Next, we have bracket labeled CRM. This is gonna go over here on this side, and it's gonna go with the bracket bent up and away from the OEM grill. And then the same idea, the end of the brackets are gonna be at the end of these openings here. And then it is going to sit flush with the back of the OEM grill. Bracket CRL. This actually goes on the bottom side of the grill, and it is gonna sit flush against this side here and flush against the back of the grill here, with it being bent towards the bottom of the car. Bracket CLL, same thing, just other side, flush against this side, flush against the top, bent towards the bottom of the bumper. Bracket CLM goes on the side here, in between these 2 points here on the grill, and flush with the back of the grill. And then bracket CLU. This is gonna go on the top here, just like so, flush with the back of the grill, and the ends of it are gonna be right at the corners of the grill opening here. And again, prep all the surfaces with some alcohol wipe and some primer or adhesion promoter. Apply your double-sided tape and get them all stuck down in place. All right, bracket CRU. Bracket CRM. Bracket CRL. bracket CLL, bracket CLM, and last CLU. All right, so we've got our brackets installed. Next we need to install the U-nuts for all of these so we can bolt the grill in place. These bottom ones are gonna slide on here from the side. Keep in mind the protruded portion needs to point down. The ones here on the sides install the same way. And then the ones on the top, the protruded portion actually points toward the top of the bumper. Set our grill in place, grab the last screws, and get those screwed down. All right, there you guys go. We've got those grill guards installed. Pretty simple install. Now you just got to put your car back together in reverse order of how you took it apart. Now you can protect those AC condensers and radiator on your Z06. As always, like, subscribe, and comment. We'll see you guys next time.